Hi everyone, my name is Dawn and welcome to What's the Stitch, a weekly web series where I answer all of your burning questions about sewing, costuming, and cosplay. I've been attending conventions for a few years now, and one of the more common questions I get from friends when I was planning to do this series was how to plan out your visit and little tips and tricks for making your experience as enjoyable as possible. So, without further ado, here is Dawn's declassified convention survival guide. The most important suggestion that I can give to you is buy your passes early if you can. This is not just online, but also picking them up if you can. A lot of the bigger conventions do tend to sell out, so it would be advisable to get tickets as soon as possible. And honestly, when it comes to the day of, still try and pick up your passes early if you aren't available to print them off from your computer. The lines to get in can be absolutely ridiculous. You want to be able to enjoy your time as much as possible, and you don't want to have to be super early or risk missing that panel that you really want to see because you still have to wait in line to buy your passes. Most conventions do give you the option to buy your passes online before the event, and some of them will even offer you discounts to do so. Some conventions even allow you time to pick up your passes the night before the event, so you don't have to fight through the lines day of. If you do go to a convention that has this option, please do take advantage of it. It's going to save you a lot of time. Another thing that's going to make your life at the convention much easier is to check their schedule early. A lot of conventions release their daily schedule at least a week in advance. Take a look, see what events and panels you want to see, and enter the times and locations in a calendar app, making sure to leave time to get a seat for all the popular panels that you want to see. I'd say try to get there about 10 minutes early for the average panel, but if it's something that you know is going to be really popular, try and get there earlier if possible. We had David Tennant show up at our convention a couple of years ago, and the line to get in went down the entire hallway of the building, outside, around the corner, down to the end of the stage that was set up, and back all the way around to the building again. It was absolutely absurd, and most of us were being told that we might not even be able to get in, even though we were lining up more than an hour ahead of time. So if you are going to go to something that you know is going to be popular like that, do get in line early for sure. Another thing you're going to want to consider for your convention experience is your budget. Honestly, conventions can be really expensive to go to. Most weekend passes for a full convention will set you back about $75 to $100, and that's not including parking, food, or any on-site shopping. Set a budget, try and stick with it if you can. Look at the available vendors prior to the convention, look at what they sell. What do you really want to get? What can you only get at a convention, and what might you find online elsewhere? And if you are planning to do celebrity meet and greets, autographs, or photo sessions, make sure to budget appropriate time and money for that as well. Lineups to meet your faves can get really long, and photo ops can run anywhere from $40 to over $100, so keep that in mind when you're doing your planning. And for the love of God, bring snacks! Convention food is notoriously skimpy. Generally, the offerings are far from healthy, and the lines can be absolutely ridiculous. I've seen wait times up to 3 hours for food, and I've also seen them actually run out the day of the event. So, one thing that I have started doing is bringing bags of chopped veggies, trail mix, etc. in my convention bag. This is especially handy if you're someone like me who has some dietary restrictions. Wonky blood sugar in a crowded convention hall full of 20,000 people is not a fun time, let me tell you, and by the end of that day I was a certifiable bear and just ready to leave. Spinning off of that, do not forget to hydrate. Dehydration sucks, especially if you're in a crowded place. Grab a bottle of water throughout the day, refill it at need. I would definitely recommend water instead of something like pop or an energy drink. It's going to hydrate you a lot better and isn't going to throw off your blood sugar and make you feel all wonky. Another thing I will say to pack with you in your convention bag is a small bottle of hand sanitizer. I hate to say it, but people are kind of gross. They cough on things, they don't wash their hands. I've gotten convention plague before and it was absolutely brutal. It knocked me out for about 4 days. So a small bottle of hand sanitizer will save you a lot of misery down the road. And this tip I cannot emphasize enough, wear comfortable shoes. If you can manage all day in heels, especially for a costume, more power to you, but no one will fault you for wanting to be comfortable when you're on your feet all day. Also, insoles. Insole your shoes, even if they're flat, your feet will thank you. And give your shoes a test run before you go. You don't want to find out that those perfect, adorable flats that you bought rub your feet raw 3 hours into a convention. And if you are wearing a costume, figure out a bathroom plan. Can you get in and out of it easily? Do you need an assistant? Are all of your underpinnings comfortable? Wear them around for a couple of hours at a time to make sure that there aren't any areas that chafe or don't fit well. You want to make sure that you're comfortable throughout the day, especially if you're going to be wearing these costumes for 8 or 9 hours at a time. This saves you for an entire day of being chafed or stabbed by boning in a too short corset, and yes, this happened to me this year, so I can speak from experience. It was not the most fun I've had. Also, bring touch-ups for your makeup. Eyelash glue, lipstick, concealer, eye drops if you wear contact lenses and hate them as much as I do. Makeup setting spray is also your friend, and primer. This helps your makeup stay in place longer, and it's especially handy if your makeup contains glitter. I got a piece of glitter trapped under one of my contacts once, and I had to go through an entire cosplay contest with glitter trapped in my eye. It was horrendously uncomfortable and not an experience that I recommend. Now, if the worst does happen and something does happen to come loose or tear in your costume the day of the convention, have no fear. Most conventions do now have a cosplay repair station, but bring your own supplies in your convention bag if you can. A needle and thread, some little adhesive strips, a small sewing kit, small set of scissors is not a bad plan. Often they have these supplies ready for you, but it's also a good idea to have your own that match the costume that you're wearing. Alright everyone, that is all the advice that I have for you today. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Ring that bell if you want to be notified when I post my next video. If you have any questions about surviving your local convention or any queries about cosplay, costuming, and sewing, leave me a comment below and I'll be sure to address them in an upcoming video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.